Top of the morning, y'all. It's your boy. Y'all know what it is. It's Author Chris Jackson with the book Must Be Me, and I'm back. So listen, I want y'all to pay attention to something. I got some additional stuff on this morning. Because listen, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, just so y'all get it. My Shana and I have been on fire for the past couple of days, right? So we going to get to the chase, y'all. Okay, so Sunday, I'm in church. You know, God do his thing. He get to moving and grooving and a player, you know what I'm saying? Get his spirit jumping off, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. We singing songs, we worshiping, praise, like, hey, Jesus up in here. You know, we doing our thizzle. So, they start talking about motives. So, okay, God, you know, he started letting me see different stuff. But this morning when I was out on our walk, like, I've been on the phone with somebody sometimes, but I really end up talking about what God has put in my spirit. First thing first, he said, let's look at this. You ever been at a pool and see somebody standing there and not moving, but you can see everybody else swimming, playing, throwing balls around, doing the slide and everything else, right? So perfect example. So me and my oldest son, I remember one day he said, I want to go swimming. So I took him and a bunch of the neighborhood kids. I literally had like 7 or 8 kids piled up in this 4-door box Chevy, right, with myself. So we get to the pool. You know, they like 13 or 14, 12 or 13 at the time, but they pretty big for their age. So me and Terrence, we jumping off the board, we in the pool, we doing dives, we playing, we having a ball. These other 7 kids is just standing there. They not making no moves, they not making no waves, they not doing nothing. So what he showed me was this morning. He said, the thing is, he said, when I want you to do something, that means you got to move too. He said, it ain't about just me moving, it's about you moving as well. He said, if you don't make no waves, the water don't change. So have you ever heard the cliche, if nothing changes, nothing changes? So what God was telling me is this. I've given everything you need around you. You can see everything, but you're just standing there scared to make a wave because you feel like if you move, you're going to mess something up. It's like the parable of the talents. When he gave them each like the same amount of talents, but the problem is you're not utilizing what God gave you. And one said, because you were a mean and tyrant type master, I hid mine. He said, you useless, wasteless servant. Basically, because I gave it to you for you to increase and for you to build it up and get to where you're supposed to be. See, the thing is, I found out this morning, the person who's standing still in the pool, I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all see this book bag? They carrying stuff. See, this is the difference what we won't understand. The minute you get saved, it don't mean that life is all honky-dory, I'm done, or this and that. See, the thing, what I want you to understand is that you have to let go and then let's go. See, my pastor keeps sending me stuff because God wants me to understand something. And he keeps everything he sent me at the end of it, he say, let's go. In other words, what is my motives? Start moving. Start putting myself in the presence of God, but then start moving in the will of God as though he see fits. I can talk to you all day long and tell you stuff, but if you don't move, you don't move. See, this book bag is a representation of everything that you've always had, all the burden you've always carried. This has hate, has envy, it has fear, it has unforgiveness, it has pain, it has suffering, it has jealousy, it has conniving, it has stealing, it has robbery, it has fornication. Whatever you could think of, the sins of the flesh, it's in this bag. You know what our problem is? We get saved and we believe God for who he is, but we don't move in his will. So we'll hold on to this bag like this. I mean, we take the bag, I ain't took the bag off yet. God like, I took all that out your life. The problem is that ain't that I ain't took it. You haven't let go. So like you're standing in the pool, you're not moving. He said, so when do you take the bag off? A lot of us will do this. We'll take this bag off, or we'll reach in and grab 1 or 2 things out and we leave them at the altar. But we still carrying the bag. God like, look, you see that right there? Give it here. I feel lighter by taking the bag off. Why? Because I'm not carrying so much. Like yesterday morning, true enough, he woke me up. It's no 30 in the morning, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, give it here. So things that I didn't know I was carrying, I started giving them up to God. So then I had to go back and tell somebody I had to forgive them because I didn't realize I was harboring things in my heart against a person and against another individual I'm going to have to talk to. Not because of God, but because of me. The thing is, what he said, when you let that bag go, when you put that bag down, when you let go, then let's go. You get what I'm saying? He can't move you forward until you let go. You're sitting back, standing in the pool, and like, dang, like he enjoying the slide. Oh, they going off the diving board. Oh, they playing with the football in the water. They hooping, they playing volleyball. They having a great time. They moving in his will. They're moving in the blessings that God gave for them. And you standing still like this, like, why isn't God blessing me? He said, because you won't let go. Until you let go, you can't go. So he said, let go and then let's go. That's what I want y'all to see this morning, man. I'm here, believe me. I just came back in. I've been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. I done went walking for 4 miles. I done came back. I done worked out, got myself in the shower, got my shana together, got on my knees and got into his presence. Because that's what I have to do. Without his presence, there is no me. Without God, there is no me. So I have to understand and know this. I have to be in his will. Like right now, what I'm doing, I'm making waves. I'm making ripples all over the place because I'm walking in his will. See, like I told y'all before, had I ever suspected this what I'll be doing, sitting before a camera, putting stuff on YouTube, or talking about God? No, you know, my thing was intentionally when I started, it's about this book. But what I realized that it's way deeper than that book because, for one, the book was inspired by God, like the Word of God. This book was given to me by God. And when it was time for it to be flourished and manifested, here it is right now. So he's opening doors that I didn't know were even closed. And let me tell you this. This is something else he showed me this morning when I was walking. He said, some of us will go through a door like a little kid. When you open the door, little kids run. But the problem is you were supposed to walk and stop. Thank you, Shana. Now, this morning he showed me this. He said, okay, when you were a kid, when you went to school, because a lot of us did, I don't know about nowadays, but when we had to go to school, we had to cross the street. Now, when I was 5 or 6 years old, I didn't know how to cross the street. I may have seen people do it, but I wasn't certain. So what they incorporated is that there were crossing guards. Somebody with a vest on with a representation of who they are, and they would stand there. Some of them, when they're little kids, they will hold your hand and take you all the way to the other side of the street to make sure you got there safe. So then when you got to the next corner where the traffic isn't as busy, you knew how to look. And it would never just be one. It's usually a group of you. You look left, you look right, you look left again, you look forward. You check one more time, and then you cross the street. So God was showing me this morning. He said the thing is, when you're coming through that door, once you cross that threshold, you stop. And you look left and you look right. It ain't just, okay, he opened the door. Those are your blessings. But you got to see what's going on first. Because you can walk through that door and shoot past something that he wanted you to understand before you got there. Because now you can mess around, run past your blessing. Even though you already in the will of God, you're in your blessing. But you'd have missed out on something that was going to make the blessing even better or make it even greater. I'm going to put it this way, because some of us are so contingent upon things being monetary. So you walking through the door, and God got this great business for you. The thing is, had you looked to the left and the right, realize like, oh shoot, I didn't see that over there, or see him or her over there, or I didn't see I'm supposed to bless this person or bless that person. I done forgot about them, and I went straight to the blessing. So now the blessing is good, don't get me wrong. He got something for you, but you forgot something. You could have made the blessing way greater than what it was, because it's not about being blessed, it's about being a blessing. The thing is, you got to realize there are people who have just gangs of money, but they have no problem giving it away because they have so much. It's the ones that God give you where he only got a little bit, but he know you'll bless the world with whatever you got. Whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whether it's your gifts or your talents, he knows you're going to give of yourself. Right now, I'm telling y'all, look, this right here is supposed to be just like this. Empty. Nothing in it. And then once you get it empty, you let it go. Because God gonna take care of everything. I'm telling y'all from personal experience. Like the one thing, and I realized this like I told y'all in the beginning, about the pool and everything else, unforgiveness is probably one of the most critical things in our hearts. And we're so quick to be judgmental. Instead of pointing the finger at somebody, remember I told y'all see them three there? They coming back this way? Pay attention to them three fingers. Man, listen, I'm here before y'all because it's his will. And it's about his business. And that's what I'm about. I'm about his business, not mine. See, I decrease so he can increase. This is, I'm telling you, it's real early in the morning. I done been up, I've been walking, but he had to get this up out of me because he's like, man, this is something that they need to hear. Start making waves. Once you get in the pool, once you get into his presence, once you get into his will, you got to start moving. Because don't get me wrong, the water going to get deeper, but he's going to keep you up. Before you know it, you'll be like Jesus. You'll be like Peter who got out the boat. You'll walk on the water. The thing is, just don't take your eyes off God. Because if you take your eyes off God, you mess around being at 12 feet and never knew you was there. But when you start looking at what's going on around you, you'll start to sink. But the thing is, he's already equipped you to handle the waves, to handle the current, how to swim. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got to start letting things go and trust him. And believe me, I'm learning right now at this moment. While I'm talking to y'all, I'm learning something because there's things that he's imputing in me and giving me to give back to you. This morning, listen, I'm thankful to be in y'all presence. I love y'all always. Y'all know what time it is. Because it's really, really early in the morning, but it must be me, and it's really all about God. So till next time, y'all know it's always love for sure. Hey, let's go. Let go and let's go. Peace.